Okay, so we're going to talk about two distinct types of bridges. The bridge is a fundamental movement that is essential for escaping the mount. Okay, so the problem with the two types of bridges is people get confused. It's a problem with conflation with, am I doing this bridge for the UPA, bridge and roll type escape, or am I doing this bridge for the hip escape or the knee elbow? So we're going to clear that up right here. Double shoulder bridge, where two shoulders are on the mat, 2 feet are on the mat, and we're just raising our hips straight up. This is done to off balance whoever is grabbing at you. This is also done explicitly to perform the UPA escape. Okay? You can do this to force them to put their hands on the mat and off balance, right? If you can do that, you should try and UPA and overwrap one of those arms if possible. Okay? So first, let's talk about the two shoulder bridge. Again, this is a preliminary movement for the UPA escape. So if I just have my hands on Cora's shoulders here, she wants to form a connection with her elbows against my thighs, okay? And she's making me a part of her hips here, right? Now she's going to bridge. If I don't put a hand out, right, when she bridges, boom, I'll start, succumbing to the UPA, okay? Now, all she did there is move her head out of the way so she goes over the top of her shoulder when she executes that UPA escape instead of the side. So if you're rolling over this portion of where your shoulder rounds, you need to lead with your head over more. Think, 12 to 1 o'clock is what we're looking at here. Okay, so she's connected here. She's got me over her hips. I don't feel like I have good weight distribution for me on top. Okay, that's a great time to initiate a two-shoulder bridge. So if I'm here, boom, good. If I'm one hand on the throat, right, she's gonna move her head that way, boom. Okay, now she could grip and do other things, but she's just two-shoulder bridging just to sort of off-balance me there. So again, we want here, 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 either hand on the neck, 2 hands on the throat, both hands on the shoulders, just basics. Okay, somebody is going to go rear back to strike, right? Two-shoulder bridge is very effective, right? So if I go here, bump your hips, boom, nice, okay? So that's the two-shoulder bridge. Do that for the UPA. Single shoulder bridge. This is for knee elbow or hip escape. Many different situations. All we're going to do just initially here is what I want you to do is step your foot out of your hip line, right? Kind of connect to me here and just raise and bump there. So she's got a perfect weight distribution for me, being on top of her, for her to perform a hip escape, to start sliding back away, okay? So that is the single shoulder bridge. You frame, you bridge, and you turn to the side. So in doing this, you're not opening the possibility of an UPA escape. This is where everybody gets confused, and this is why so many people do the UPA escape incorrectly, is they do the single shoulder bridge, okay? So here's the test on that, right? So Cora, go ahead and just get the standard grip for the UPA, okay? Now, instead of doing it the right way, I want you to think about like bridging up and then turning on your side. And then that's the mistake everybody makes. So you're gonna bridge your hips up to the top and then turn sideways. See, I can stop there. And then she has to switch to a hip escape or in the elbow. But the contention is if she did the right bridge, I wouldn't be able to post my hand on the mat. Okay, so she gets her head out of the way, she rolls over the top of her shoulder, she performs a two-shoulder bridge. That is how to initiate and execute an UPA escape. Single shoulder bridge is not how we execute the UPA escape. So two distinct types of bridges: two shoulders on the mat, or bridging up and turning with one shoulder on the mat. Okay, so be sure not to get those two movements confused.